Hey guys, this is Karn. I wanted to make some videos to try to help some kind of very casual playing still work for being able to raid, get into AOTC. We're looking at casual players that don't want to log in very often, and in our particular raid, we have some people that are just raid logging right now. I just wanted to give some quick tips, and maybe you can log in just a little bit more often than just your raid nights, and actually have some positive movement in your gear. So what I'm referring to specifically are people that have been playing, but they still have a good bit of champion pieces. Now, I'm not talking about like pieces that are in the like best slot kind of situations, like the certain weapons and certain trinkets, but I'm talking more like if you got set pieces or necks or belts and weapons that are still kind of just like hovering around those champion item levels, and you haven't really had a chance to push them up. So I'm pretty sure you all know how to do this, but I just wanted to just put it out there just in case you didn't. So the first thing you know is about delves. Delves are very cool, and you probably got a lot of your champion pieces from delves, especially at the very start of the season, and that's fine. You can use delves to your benefit to get hero pieces, and I'm just going to lay it out there for you in a very quick fashion. So some of you may know, and probably do know, that in delves you can get these slots filled up here on the bottom if you're interested. There's the 2, 4, and 8 delves. So 2 delves, 4, 8 delves, or 8 delves. And if you fill all these up and you do all your delves at tier 8 or higher, you will get hero spots down here. Now, me personally, I'm doing this because the Funhouse Lens is a fairly decent trinket for AoE tanking for prop warriors, so I'm giving it a shot to like see if I can get one at some point. And it'll be at the heroic item level 649. A lot of weeks I only do the 2 to make sure I've got this first slot done. This week though, it was a delve week, so I did a few more just to and I ended up doing them at a tier 8 so I could get a couple of shots at the Funhouse Lens that I'm looking for. So yeah, this is one way to do it. Now, one thing people don't realize is you don't need to do bountiful delves to get this. You can do tier 8 delves of any type, and you don't even have to use, like, let's say you wanted to do a bountiful one, you don't have to use your key in the bountiful delve to get to complete it and to get what you need out of it. It would still show up here on this vault list. Actually, I hold on to my keys a lot. I think I have a lot right now. Let's see. Yeah, right now I have 6 keys, and I don't use them because the only thing you're going to get out of the box at the end of a bountiful delve is champion gear, and I don't need champion gear, so I'm not going to waste those keys. The only time I use these keys is if I want some more radiant remnants, radiant echoes, and then I can go out and do the World Soul Memories and get some more Valor Stones if I end up needing them. I think right now I'm actually pretty low. Yeah, 207. So I might go out and do some World Soul Memories to get some more Valor Stones, because that's a very efficient way to get a lot of Valor Stones. Now, back to delves. There are a couple of things you could do if you're doing this casually. Let's say you just want to keep, getting a heroic slot every week. You only do a couple of these. That's cool. You can do this as much as you want. Now, the other thing you might want to be concerned about is every time you're in a delve, you have a chance to proc the underpin. And if you get the underpin to 50% health, you will be able to, he'll go away and he'll leave a pile of gold on the ground, and it will drop a Delver's Bounty. Now, if you use that Delver's Bounty and you clear a tier 8 delve, and there'll be an extra box at the end that has a hero piece that you can get and see if you need it. Now, that heroic piece, that will, you have no control over that. Of course, you don't in the vault either, so there's no way to know if you're going to get something you need or not, but that's another chance at what you're looking for. Some people may not realize that you can actually summon the Underpin if you need him. On this guy, Finley Mergleton, you can buy something called a Wave Scrambler 2000 for 2,000 Undercoins. You use that. If you use it after you find the stone in the middle of the delve, it will summon the Underpin, and you can fight him and get your Delver's Bounty to use it and complete the delve and then get that chest I was talking about. So, like a couple different spots there. So that gives you at least 2 shots for sure at getting a heroic piece in any given week. So one from doing one bountiful delve that you can summon the Underpin on, and then complete another delve at tier 8 or higher, and then you'll have 2 on this slot, and then you've gotten 2 chances heroic pieces there, guaranteed. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's something you could use, possibly something you could not use. So just like any other loot in the game. So I just wanted to make sure you knew how easy that was. Now let me kind of switch over here, and I'm going to show you just a little bit of a video I did earlier today, where I actually ran a tier 11 It took me 12 minutes.
I'm out of range.
Yeah, the Underkeep and a couple other different things.
I must get closer.
Is it on? Good. I just like, there are certain delves that are really fast, and if you choose to do them, you can do them very quickly. This is a 12-minute delve. This is one of the ones I like to do when I see it up. And you can see I just cook along, just do everything I have to do, get to the end. It's not even that difficult, just depending on how you run your brand. Now my brand's a high level, and I use them as a healer. A lot of people use them as a healer. You can do that if you want. It doesn't take very long. Get to the very end. Kill the boss. Took a little bit to get the boss. Yeah, here we go. Just have to do the mechanics, kill the boss. Tier 8s are easy. Finish her off, and then loot at the end. Okay, so I'll show you my favorite delves to go to real quick. My favorite delves are in the following locations. I don't like any of these. My first one is Side Street Sluice. Very easy, very fast. Doesn't take long out here in the Undermine. My second favorite is this one, Nightfall Sanctum. Very fast. A lot of times you can get to different places very quickly and do the objectives in there very fast. Doesn't take very long at all. And then, of course, the Underkeep is down here. Actually, I kind of like all of the delves out here. Underkeep is here. That's a very fast one. I kind of really like Spiral Weave. That tends to be very fast too. This Tachrathon Abyss, it's underwater, but it can be fast if you kind of know what you're doing. And don't forget to get the breathing stuff that they have at the beginning now in most of these delves, even if it costs gold. Doesn't take very much, and then you get it done. So delves, very easy. Not a complicated process to get them done, and then boom, you've got some heroic gear. Now the other side of this, the other side of trying to gear up with heroic gear, is having to do mythics. Now, I'm going to give a little bit more details about this in a couple other videos, and I'm going to talk about them. Just some basic stuff to kind of help you out. I'll say mythics, last season they were scary. And this season they're not as scary, but still kind of scary. For example, my floodgate's a 7, and I don't know why, but I cannot get it above a 7. But you should know, if you didn't already, that heroic gear drops out of mythics in the vault. So if you go to a mythic 2 key, your vault will have heroic gear in it. And that's 2 all the way through 5. 2 through 5 gives heroic gear in the vault. At a 6 key, which might be daunting for some of you, and I wouldn't blame you, a 6 key will actually end up giving you heroic gear at the end and heroic gear in the vault. Now, at 7 keys, it's 6, 7, 8, 9s are like that. 6, 7, 8, 9 drop heroic gear and give you heroic gear in the vault. It's not until a mythic 10 that you start seeing the mythic pieces in the vault, starting at 662. Now, that's not something you really need to worry about, especially if you're playing casually. But if you're doing like a key, a good, decent key, like 2, 3, 4, just to get the vault, if you're starting out, those typically go pretty well. I'd be a little wary about that, and I'll talk more about that in a video of using LFG for getting into keys. But just suffice it to say that a decent group can run through some of these keys very quickly. Find some people to go with, find some guildies to go with. I'd be willing to run you through a 2 key if you've got a 2 key, just to kind of start filling up your vault slots, and then kind of teach you a little bit too. But we'll talk more about that in a mythic video. So those are the things you can be doing right now that are not really time consuming, but still would potentially give you some heroic gear in your vaults and maybe instant drops. So thanks for watching, and I'll make another video very soon, and you'll learn a little bit more. So thank you. Bye.